Dionysus was the god of fertility and wine in Greek mythology, and was later considered a patron of the arts. He created wine and spread the art of agriculture. He had a dual nature. On one hand, he brought joy and divine excitement. On the other, he would bring brutal and blinding rage, reflecting the dual nature of wine. There were no restrictions that could hold Dionysus and his followers. Dionysus was a son of Zeus and Semele. Zeus went to Semele at night, unseen by human eyes, but could be felt as a divine presence. Semele was pleased to be the lover of a god, even though she did not know which one. Word soon got around, and Hera quickly assumed who was responsible. She went to Semele in disguise and convinced her to make her lover reveal his true self. When Zeus visited her again, she made him promise to grant her one wish. She went so far as to make him swear on the River Styx that he would grant her request. Zeus was madly in love and agreed. She then asked him to show her his true form. Zeus was unhappy knowing what was about to happen, but bound by his oath, he had no choice. He appeared in his true form, and Semele was instantly burnt to a crisp by the sight of his glory. Zeus saved the unborn Dionysus by stitching him into his thigh, and he was born into immortality by his relationship with Zeus. Hera, still jealous of Zeus's infidelity and the fact that Dionysus was alive, convinced the Titans to kill him. The Titans ripped Dionysus to pieces. However, Rhea brought him back to life. After this, Zeus arranged for his protection and gave him to the mountain nymphs to be raised. Dionysus wandered the world, actively spreading his cult. He was accompanied by the Maenads, wild women, flush with wine, shoulders draped with a fawn skin, carrying rods tipped with pine cones. While other gods had temples to be worshipped at, the followers of Dionysus worshipped him in the woods. There, they might go into a state of ecstasy and madness, ripping apart and eating raw any animal they might come upon. Dionysus saw Ariadne wandering on the coast of the island of Naxos, where Theseus abandoned her after killing the Minotaur. He immediately fell in love with her and married her. They had a happy marriage, and Ariadne bore Dionysus famous children including Oenopion, Staphylos, and Nous. Dionysus became one of the most important gods in everyday life and was associated with several key concepts. One involved rebirth after death. The story of his dismemberment by the Titans and his return to life was symbolically echoed in agriculture, where the vines must be pruned back sharply and then become dormant in winter for them to bear fruit. Another concept was that under the influence of wine, one could feel possessed by a greater power. Unlike other gods, Dionysus was not merely a god to be worshipped, but he was also present within his followers. At those times, a man would possess supernatural powers and was able for things he would not be able to do otherwise. The festival for Dionysus was held in the spring when vines would start bearing leaves. It became one of the most important events of the year, and its primary focal point was the theater. Most of the great Greek plays were initially written to be performed at the feast of Dionysus. All participants, writers, actors, and spectators were regarded as sacred servants of Dionysus during the festival.